Hi, this is Jay from paulpolito.com, and welcome to the next installment in our screencast series about devices, Linux file system, and file system hierarchy standard. 104.7, Find System Files and Place Files in the Correct Location, Part 2. In this screencast, you will learn how to find files and commands on a Linux file system. The new commands and configuration files you will get to know are find, locate, update db, /etc updatedb.conf, which, type, and where is. The find command. The find command searches for files through the desired directory tree based on a given expression directive. Examples of expression directives are a file name, a username, or file permissions. With respect to Linux commands, the word files often refers to both files and directories. This is also the case with the find command. The syntax of the find command is as follows: find, paths, expressions. In our first example, we will search for our desktop directory, which, as we already know, is located in our home directory. Let's switch to our home directory first, and then search for the desktop directory by typing the command find -name desktop. The dot tells find to search in the actual directory, and the expression -name instructs find to search for the name desktop. The find command is case sensitive, which means that it will search for all files and directories called desktop, which start with a capital D. If you use the -iname expression with the find command instead of the -name expression, the subsequent search will not be case sensitive. Let's assume that we don't know that the desktop directory is located in the /home directory. In this case, we would search the whole directory tree like this. If you try to search the whole root directory tree as a normal user, you receive permission denied messages. For security reasons, normal users don't have the necessary permissions to search through all the directories. If you have sudo rights on your system, you can run the same command with sudo to avoid these permission denied messages. Here are the most common find command options in an overview. Now I will demonstrate how find commands work in practice. To search for all files owned by a particular user, to find files in the /user directory which have the word info as part of their names. To list all files in user Paul's home directory that were last accessed n days ago. To find all files in user Paul's home directory which have the file permission 644. The commands locate and update db. You have already learned that the find command searches through directories you specify every time you run it. If you would like to run a faster search, you can use the locate command. Unlike the find command, locate searches for matching files in a database that is usually updated by a cron job. You will find the database mlocate.db in the /var lib mlocate directory. To update the database immediately, the system administrator uses the update db command. The file /etc updatedb.conf is the configuration file for updatedb. This file contains a list of path names of directories which should not be scanned by updatedb while searching with locate. The commands which, type, and where is. To obtain more information about commands, Linux provides the commands which, type, and where is. The command which locates a program file, also called binary or executable in the user's path variable. So, if you for any reason need to know the full path to a program, you can use which to learn this information. The type command identifies existing aliases that may affect how a command is executed. It also identifies shell built-ins. If you would like to find both the alias and the full path to a command, you could use the type command in combination with the -a option. Where is locates the binary, source, and manual page files for a command. In our example, we will ask for more information about the updatedb.conf file. Summary. The find command searches for files through the desired directory tree based on a given expression directive. The locate command searches for matching files in a database. This database is usually updated by a cron job. The locate database, mlocate.db, is stored in the /var lib mlocate directory. To update the locate database immediately, the system administrator can use the updatedb command. The file /etc updatedb.conf is the configuration file for updatedb. The command which locates a program file, also called binary or executable, in the user's path variable. The type command identifies existing aliases that may affect how a command is executed and also identifies shell built-ins. Where is locates the binary, source, and manual page files for a command. Study points. Study the man pages of the find command. Search for further examples of how to use the find command on the internet. Don't hesitate to try out find commands that you may not understand at first. Study these commands and figure out exactly what they do. The find command is the Swiss Army knife of file searching tools on Linux systems. Practice with it until you really feel familiar with it. Please be careful. Don't use find commands with terms like exec or xargs on a productive system unless you know exactly what these commands do. Try everything first in a test environment. Try out the locate command, and remember that the database mlocate.db is stored under the /var lib mlocate directory. Remember the updatedb command and that its configuration file is /etc updatedb.conf. Explain in your own words what the commands which, type, and where is are used for. Find the complete paths to all binaries you know so far by using the which command. Read the man pages of all commands discussed in this screencast. This is Jay from paulpolito.com, and thanks for watching this screencast about devices, Linux file system, and file system hierarchy standard. See you next time.